Yerima probably may be washing Gambo's car, clothes, or sweeping his room. That is wrong. Marry dirty. Marry dirty. Who told you that Yerima will be washing car and clothes? People are just very funny. People are just looking for atamo, awawi. I bet making a come up for road. He's washing clothes. Dr. Luda reminded the convener of the Social Rehabilitation Grace and Support Initiative on Thursday, November 13, 2025, has criticized the military's role in providing security for private citizens. Speaking during an interview with TVC News, November 13, 2025, he focused his commentary on the controversy surrounding Lieutenant A.M. Yerima, the naval officer involved in a highly publicized clash with Minister Isambiki of the Federal Capital Territory. Mayodoti maintained that Lieutenant Yerima is a government employee and that assigning him to fulfill the personal needs of a civilian, even a former chief of army staff, represents a fundamental betrayal of state service. So wait, you are telling us now that the former army staff is now a civilian. This person does not know what he's saying. No, I don't understand. A retired soldier will forever remain a soldier. They are still appointed soldiers to even stay with them. You are telling us that he is now a civilian. Who is this one? He emphasized the degrading nature of the officer's current posting. I beg you, illustrating the extent of the misuse by pointing out that the officer could potentially be ordered to carry out domestic chores. It's none of your business. If they tell him to carry out domestic chores and he does it, it's not your wahala. Because I don't understand what people are saying. Did you see the amount of security that followed Wike'S to that place? A ordinary minister. Did you see how many convoys that followed him to that place? What does he need all that convoy for? How many policemen followed him? How many cars followed him? What does he need it for? Is he the president of the country? People are just hypocrites. I'm telling you. He raised the specific instance of Yerima probably being deployed to wash the former official's car or clothes or even to sweep his room. What's your business if he sweeps the room? He has agreed to this, so if he wants to do it, it's none of your business. Mind that he argued that no individual, regardless of their past military rank, has the right to commandeer a serving officer for non-official domestic assignments. Now, I don't understand. He concluded that the young officer is effectively an unruly pawn in an oppressive structure, and his presence on the disputed land is in itself a symbol of oppression. Okay, so Wike'S is not oppressing people. If he was an ordinary civilian, Wike'S would have oppressed and collected that land and demolished it and take it for himself and give it to his children. So I don't know what you are saying. He deployed for saying, I'm the talk, symbol of oppression. Wike'S himself, oppressor. Yerima was deployed by the Nigerian government and we are allowing him to be deployed for the private need of a civilian. Even if Gambo was former chief of army staff, he still doesn't have the right to deploy him on private things. You get this, man. They said the land belongs to soldiers, not just the man alone. Probably the land was allocated to some military officers. Are not telling us that he's a civilian. How is he a civilian? He still doesn't have the right to deploy. Yerima probably may be washing his car, clothes, or sweeping his room. It no concern you. That is wrong. That boy is a victim of an oppressive system. Was it the boy that told you that he's been oppressed? Is it Yerima that told you that he's been oppressed? Come and sit down. The fact that he was on the land is oppression. Marry dirty, Lamete. Marry dirty. I beg, go and sit down. Marry dirty remarks a direct response to the dramatic confrontation that occurred 2 days prior on Tuesday, November 11, 2025, involving Minister Wike'S and Lieutenant Yerima. The incident occurred at plot 1946 in Abuja Gadowa district. The property reportedly belonging to a former chief of naval staff, Vice Admiral Gambo. So how is he a civilian? The Vice Admiral that was sent to Rivers State, was he not a former Vice Admiral? Why didn't you call him a civilian? Because they were according him the respect of an officer as well. So why is this one different? Why is this one now a civilian? What was that his name again? Bokete Ekwe Basa, what was his name? The one that went to become the governor in place of Fubara. Was he not also a former Vice Admiral? Did you call him a citizen? People should stop all this biasness, abeg. You are just being biased. The friction began when FCT administration officials attempted to execute a demolition order on what they claimed was an illegal structure. Somebody's house is a illegal structure. We were forcibly turned away by armed military personnel. Minister Wike immediately traveled to the site with a large security and administrative team. Upon arrival, the minister and his entourage were prevented from accessing the land by the military detail led by Lieutenant Yerima, who maintained that he was acting on his superior's instructions. A tense and wildly circulated verbal exchange ensued. The minister, visibly agitated, repeatedly demanded to see the land title document and questioned the military's authority to obstruct the civilian administrative function. I beg you. Did you watch a video of when Wike left? See the people of the community booing him, saying, "Oh, shame on you." Ooh. As in, I'm like, oh my God, this man. Because people have seen you for who you are. This is what you do. You grab people's land. So obviously this is one of the lands that you want to grab. But it didn't work for you. It didn't work for him. Yerima stood his ground with composure, insisting the development was lawful and that all necessary documents had been forwarded to the relevant FCT authorities. The confrontation intensified when Wike issued a verbal slight, to which Lieutenant Yerima firmly responded with the face, "I am not a fool, sir." Despite the near scuffle that broke out between the respective security details, the situation was diffused, with Wike vying to continue his campaign against military intimidation. He pained him and land grabbing within the FCT. The thing really pained him. The way he was talking, I was like, sorry, the thing, it really pained you. It really pained you. Tony Okpe says, no, he's up to that extent, just advise FCT minister to have respect for humankind. He does the same thing to his successor too in Rivers State. He's so authoritative, exactly. Who allowed the suspension of Ubara and then the appointment of a former Vice Admiral in Rivers State? So why can't he take what he's also dishing out? It's good for him. Nasiru says, that's army loyalty and humility. Then I'll say only Wike's friends defend him, exactly. It's only his friends that are defending him. And land grabbers like him that will benefit from the land that he's grabbing. Donald says, Yerima, the naval officer, is the son of a rich man. His father was a retired general. He cannot sweep room for anyone. Don't mind him. He's a graduate. Son of a rich man cannot sweep room for anybody. Everyone, including the chief of naval staff, has said that he's on a lawful duty. Even the CDS knows that Yerima was on his lawful duty. And that's the reason he told Wike to leave the place. Only Wike's friends are defending him, exactly. Don't mind them. Ibrahim says, the person that said these utterances about this Yerima must be the most foolish human being from the family of fools. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.